Hello everyone and welcome to our distance learning live stream session today. We're happy that you can join us. My name is Mark and I oversee the design and development of distance learning programs at University, and I'm joined by my colleague Craig.
Hi everyone, my name's Craig and I too work in the distance learning team. My title is Digital Learning Designer, so I help and support a lot of the academics design and develop the courses that are currently running and hopefully new programs that we'll be able to launch and get out. So really the main aim for today is to talk about distance learning at DMU, and then also we're really going to try and look at covering what distance learning is, the key benefits of distance learning and the expectations that you might have, the courses available and the support that you will receive as a student. And then finally, we'll touch a little bit upon the finances and maybe sort of looking at the postgraduate loans. We'll also be here to answer any questions that you have throughout the live stream. So please comment, give us any questions that you might have. And we'll do our best to answer any that you might post for us. So what I'll do now is I'll hand back over to Mark and he'll hopefully kick things off.
Brilliant, thanks Craig. So first of all, I'm going to cover what distance learning is. So essentially distance learning allows you to achieve degree level qualifications primarily online away from campus. So this is a perfect option for you if you want a flexible way to study around your lifestyle without compromising on any work or family commitments. It's also a perfect option if you are working full-time and want to obtain a qualification that will help you progress in your field or even change career direction without it impacting on your ability to earn in the meantime. And crucially, this mode of study allows you to achieve the same qualifications as campus-based students, but with the same level of academic support as well. So that's just a brief introduction to what distance learning is. So I'm now going to hand over to Craig, who's going to discuss the benefits of distance learning at University.
Brilliant, thanks Mark. So hopefully you'll see now on the screen, we've got the distance learning at DMU, and the key thing for this as we work around is looking at the sort of the key benefits of doing distance learning. Mark will have touched upon it just a minute ago, but again, the key thing with that is being able to learn around your lifestyle. It helps sort of overcome those career barriers, so perhaps looking at that progression, but again being able to have that flexibility that you can balance that within work and your study. We've also got sort of access to resources, so wherever you are, be that on the bus, on a mobile, at home or in the office. We've got multiple start dates because it is distance learning. It doesn't necessarily have to fit with the structure of sort of academic terms. The nice thing with it being sort of online is that we can open up multiple start dates, which is great. There's flexible payment methods and plans. And also it's a good sort of cost-effective way of being able to sort of work your way through your studies as such. The courses are designed really with industry in mind, that really sort of benefits that sort of career progression. But also you know that what you're getting is something that's going to be able to support you in the real world, sort of out going to get a job and things like that. And again, sort of that specialist knowledge is something I like to touch upon because all of our academics here are amazing and wonderful with that sort of career and an industry sort of knowledge within that field. And again, all of that is sort of opened up for you as a student on distance learning. And again, as Mark sort of touched upon, you've got that opportunity to work around those family commitments. You've got their resources 24/7. So again, if you're waking up in the middle of the night or in the early hours of the morning, just think, hey, I could just fit this time in and read that journal. Then again, distance learning sort of can cater and help and support that. So I think in terms of the benefits, hopefully as an overall, you'll see that the key thing there is that flexibility for you as a student as well. So what I'll do is I'll hand back over to Mark, and again he'll move now looking at sort of more courses in particular.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Thanks for that, Craig. So we are an experienced provider of distance learning of around 20 years. and we offer a wide range of courses across our 4 faculties. So just to give you a flavour of these, in our Arts, Design and Humanities faculty, we have a course in photographic history, which is a new course launching this October, and it's the first of its kind at postgraduate level. We also have a very popular sports history and culture programme, which is, again, quite unique and something we've run since 2004. So I've just noticed we've got a question come through. Thanks for that, Alston. So looking there, I'm a sports medicine physician from Malaysia. I'm interested to enrol in the sports law distance learning programme. Am I eligible? And do you provide scholarship for international students? Okay. So I think for us to make an assessment on your eligibility, we would need to find out a bit more about your background, Alston, in terms of your qualifications and your experience. We should have our contact details, which we can provide to you. I think they'll probably show on the bottom of the screen at some point during this live stream. But if you want to send us an email with information that's to do with your background and your experience, we can get back to you and provide you more information about our sports law programme and also any funding options available to you. Okay, so just going through the courses that we have. So we've got our sports history and culture course that's been running since 2004. In our business and law faculty, so linking to Alston's question about sports law, we have a wide range of different law courses, such as business, environmental and sports law. We have a human resource management course, which is CIPD accredited. And in our computing, engineering and media faculty, we have a wide range of engineering and computing courses. And recently, the National Cybersecurity Centre in the UK has named De Montfort University a gold standard academic centre of excellence in cybersecurity education. So, we have leading courses in that area. And then in our health and life sciences faculty, we have clinical, pharmacy and leadership courses, and these are highly successful courses with hundreds of students and really good feedback from those students. We have a range of youth work qualifications, and they're recognised by the GNC. And we also have the psychological wellbeing programme as well. So as you can see, we have a wide range of sector leading courses with various accreditations and recognitions, and a strong track record of providing distance learning of around 20 years. So you'll be able to see at the bottom of the screen, we've got a link there to our website where you can find out more about the wide range of courses that we have at distance learning, on distance learning at De Montfort University. So at this point, I'm now going to hand over. Also, we have a question that's come through. So before I hand over to Craig, so the question that's come through here is, when do the courses start and what intakes do you offer? So this is course dependent, but generally our courses start in September and January each year. But if you go onto our website, the link that's on the banner below, you'll be able to find out the intakes that we have for our courses. Okay, so I think, that's the question that came through there. So that's been answered. I'm just going to pass over to Craig now, who's going to talk you through what you can expect as a distance learning student.
Brilliant. Thanks, Mark. And great with the cybersecurity and the Gold Award. That's fantastic, really, isn't it, to be recognised? So moving on from that, again, what to expect from distance learning? We get lots of questions around this in terms of sort of how many hours a week is expected of me? How does distance learning work? How different is it from on-campus students? I'm just looking on here. We've just had another question come through. So again, hi, I'm interested in a postgrad course, and I saw a web page saying duration is 3 to 5 years for distance learning, but would it be possible to do it in less, depending on your pace? A great question, Samri. Again, it is quite course dependent. The timings on there, I'm putting it in there in terms of the flexibility that we have within distance learning. If that is something that you would like to investigate further, the best thing to do is drop us distance learning email, leave your details and just explain the course that you're interested in, but also obviously the timings and if there is an accelerated route through the distance learning program. They are course dependent. Some do, some don't. But again, it's definitely worth just contacting us along the bottom. You go to our webpage and just dropping us an email, and someone will be able to give you more information. But yeah, fantastic question. So just jumping back to the expectations. Again, one of the biggest ones: how many hours a week? What is expected? And again, as I've just said with Samari's sort of question, there are sort of core dependencies depending on the study that you're on. But also if there is sort of a professional accredited part to that course, that they may have some sort of stricter hours that you're expected to do. But as a general rule, we try to advise students that sort of 15 to 20 hours a week on their study is what we would recommend. That gives you time to engage in the material, but also to go out and do some of that further reading, and then obviously the assessment points as well. But again, remembering with distance learning, that does bring some flexibility. We do appreciate that people are in jobs or in a profession, and they have their family and other commitments. So again, it's kind of harder to answer how many hours, but we do tend to try and say around 15 to 20 a week. And again, there are opportunities there that some courses do offer some live sessions. So students can sort of log in and see a live session online. And again, that sort of all just sort of adds up into the hours per week kind of thing. Also, how does distance learning work? And like we say, primarily it is online. So again, a lot of your learning materials and content and resources will be accessible online 24/7, like I said earlier, in part of the benefits. But again, there are opportunities there that some have live courses, some will have virtual lab sessions as well, that people will be able to log into and take part in. And also the one of the other questions is the content delivered on campus the same for an on-campus student and a distance learning student? Fundamentally, the answer is yes. What you are studying and the way that you're studying it and the topics that you are going for will be exactly the same as what the on-campus students are doing. The learning outcomes and the learning objectives are the same. It's just the mode that you are that you are working through changes in terms of it being online, and predominantly sort of in your own time as such, as best you can. So the experience and everything should be exactly the same in some ways in terms of you getting the resources and the material like an on-campus student, which does another question. Fantastic. Loads of people are obviously in and asking, so how is the course delivered? That kind of fits quite nicely to what I'm saying. I'm promising you the online content and the learning resources. A lot of it is delivered through our virtual learning environment. So again, once you become a student, you're registered on your course. A lot of the course material will be available on our virtual learning environment, VLE. And again, in there is where you'll probably find lots of sort of reading pieces, articles, opportunities to have sort of that peer collaboration, hopefully, but also any media, videos, audio. You know, we try to bring it to life as best we can. So I think at that point, it leads quite nicely into being able to move over to Mark, which we're going to look at the support that you get as a distance learning student, and it kind of goes along the same lines of what I was saying about the on-campus and distance learning. The support you get is the same as on-campus. So I'll hand over to Mark, and he'll explain the support that you receive.
Thanks, Craig. That's given a really good insight into what it's like to study by distance learning at DMU. So as Craig says, as a distance learning student, you have access to the same level of student support as an on-campus student. The only difference being that it's accessed online. But also, if you are on campus for any reason, you can access those services in person as well. So you receive the same support, but it's flexible around your needs. So in terms of the sort of support that's available, so you have access to online facilities, such as our online library. So this means you can access all the readings and study skills resources to help you succeed in your studies online. You also have access to the online learning materials that Craig has talked about through our online learning environment. So again, it fits in with that idea of being able to do this online at your own place, at your own pace, flexibly around your lifestyle commitments. We also have a healthy DMU service, which is a service that can support you with your health and well-being whilst you're a student at the university. And we also have an award-winning careers and employability service. Now, there is actually a live stream that's going on at the moment, but that is recorded, so you can go back to that to find out more about the support that you can receive from our careers and employability service to help you with the next step of your career journey. And we also have a Uni Buddy service for peer-to-peer support to help you sort of get familiarise yourself with the university and to reach out for that support from fellow students. So as you can see, we provide support outside of your course to support you with your career. And as I say, you can access that all online or in person if you are coming onto campus to see us. So one final area we'd like to discuss with you is fees and funding for our courses. So what I'll do at this stage is I'll hand you back over to Craig, who will talk through that in more detail.
Brilliant. Thanks, Mark. I've got the fun part of talking about finances and all that it can bring. So at De Montfort, as a distance learning student, you can apply for postgraduate loans as you would normally for an on-campus student. Now, being mindful that this is only available to UK home students, and again, they are used to cover the distance learning course fees and also living costs. I will jump back to sort of Alston's previous question in terms of the international and scholarships. That's something that I don't necessarily know in lots of detail personally, but jumping back to that and just saying, if you just drop us an email and you can obviously find out more about that. And hopefully there's something there that would be able to help and support. For the UK student, the loan is paid directly to you, and it will be paid in 3 installments. And again, like I said, that this will be used then to pay for your course fees, but also your living costs as well, as you're going through your postgraduate study. The one thing I will say is, if you want to find out more information, there is lots on our website that hopefully you'll see running along the bottom. And again, just clicking there, that will give you lots more information about any scholarships or any funding that is available to you for postgraduate study for distance learning. So yeah, I'll finally hand back over to Mark. I'm just seeing if there is any other questions coming through, or if not, I'll jump back to you, Mark.
Brilliant, thanks, Craig. So we've come to the end of the live stream today. So we'd just like to thank you for coming along and listening to us and for your questions. As Craig says, if you do have any questions, then please do get in touch with us via the website, and we'd be more than happy to get back to you regarding your individual questions that you have about the course that you're interested in. So for more information about distance learning at De Montfort University, including the courses that we do offer and how to apply, then all of that information is on our website. So thank you very much.